Okay, we are still section 4.1, page 3, example 22. I got a head start, so I want you to pause the video for a minute and do the work to make sure that you are able to follow along with the steps you see so far. Okay, once you're convinced that this is accurate, I'm going to continue on the top line. So this means I need to evaluate f of f of negative 2 over x. Okay, so the negative 2 over x is going to be treated as the input into function f. Okay, goes as the input into function f. So that means I am going to end up with 1 divided by negative 2 over x plus 3. All right, pause the video and take a minute to simplify this. When it's simplified, you have to get the same denominator of the two fractions on the bottom, which is going to be x, and you combine the numerators, and then you divide the whole thing, 1 divided by that whole fraction, which means you flip it over, and this is where you wind up. Now let's talk about domain. Domain is going to be what we just got for our answer, as well as what we had for our input quantity. The domain for the input quantity is anything except for 0. Domain x cannot be 0. For the answer, domain is x cannot be what, 2/3? Because if x is 2/3, that makes the denominator equal to 0, and that would make it undefined. So I have two places where x is not allowed to be. X is not allowed to be 0, and x is not allowed to be 2/3. The second part of this example wants you to calculate g of f of x. I'm down to here. G of f of x. All right, so I got a head start. Once again, make sure you're understanding where I'm getting this. I'm going to skip a couple of steps and just expect you guys to be able to do that on your own. Sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. Somebody is at the door. All right, so this means I want to find g of 1 over x plus 3. So that 1 over x plus 3 goes into function g, this goes into function g right there. Okay, so that's going to be negative 2 divided by this new input quantity, 1 over x plus 3. And we simplify. Negative 2 over 1 times x plus 3 over 1 gives us negative 2x plus, whoops, how about negative 2x minus 6. Done. Let's talk domain. Domain of my answer, no restrictions. I can use anything I want to for x. However, domain of my input function has a restriction. I will say my overall domain, overall, for my answer, is anything except for negative 3. Okay? All right, you take a few minutes before you look at the next video and see if you can come up with parts A, B, C, and D that we need to do to work through the rest of this example. And in the next video, I will show you those answers, and then we will move on.